Hey guys,
I'm Sarah.
and I'm Carm,
And we're Essency.
Today we're going to be talking about 5 tips that you can use to elevate your summer barbecue.
So these 5 tips range from just little simple things that might elevate your space to a little bit different and exciting ways to freshen up that might require a little more money per se.
So let's get right into the tips. So the first tip is to bring the indoors outdoors.
So basically, I was actually reading Chatelaine and Canadian Living and a few other magazines, and they kept on bringing up the fact that you don't have to go searching for specific outdoor things if you might have something inside that's gotten a fair bit of use and maybe you're thinking of even donating it. How about just upcycle it or reuse it, bring it outdoors? So they were, I think it was Chatelaine or maybe it was Canadian Living, and they were talking about like you can even use indoor lamps, especially if it's just for like a one-time event and you're willing to bring them back inside just to add lighting, and instead of going out and buying yourself, you know, those like really cute but very expensive string lights. Another article I was reading talked about like bringing indoor pillows or going to Value Village or a thrift store and finding, you know, slightly used pillows but bringing them outside for the day's events, whether it just be like throwing a little older of a blanket on the ground and putting a whole bunch of pillows around so guests can make themselves at home. Another thing was, you know, we personally we bought outdoor reusable plates, but there's no one that said that you can't bring your indoor plates outside, especially if it's a mature group and you know it's not little kids who might be like running around with their plates, then definitely just do that instead.
So I guess this tip can actually be extended to reusable dishware. So we'll show you the dishware that we got. We got reusable wine glasses, reusable tumblers, and then also plates,
chargers,
serving bowls,
yes,
serving ware, and
trays.
Some trays.
Yeah.
So we'll show you all that, but I mean, it's really about, you know, you don't have to use paper plates and you don't have to buy something new. It can be something upcycled or it can be something that's at least reusable, so you're not creating all this extra waste.
So the second tip almost is a branch of the first tip about bringing indoors outdoors, but a little different in the fact that you can just use small kitchen appliances outdoors.
So now I would say always read your warranty card. It would probably be inside the instruction manual that comes with the product. And I say this out of experience because I do work full-time for an appliance company. But a lot of the time you can actually use the appliance inside your kitchen, and it will have either a detachable cord or something that you can completely remove off a base so that you can actually bring it from the inside to the outside. So we'll show you the couple examples that we used. We used a cold brew coffee maker. We prepared it inside as the manual states that it should be used inside. Cord was detachable. We removed it off the cord, and we actually brought the appliance with its carafe on the removable base
to serve it.
To serve, yeah. So let's just jump right into the clips of Sarah preparing the food and the beverage with the appliances that we chose.
This is Sultan's Party Grill and Repellant, and basically this grill just allows for a seamless and very easy outdoor cooking. It is smokeless, so that's perfect for if you want to grill even while your guests are here, and that's just perfect because, you know, most times either you're at the grill and your guests are having their own conversation here, but with this you actually get to be a part of the party and sit with your guests and talk to them. And so Sultan's Party Grill and Raclette comes with 6 of the raclette pans, and this is because in Europe tabletop entertaining is very popular, and it is popular here too, but this is just one appliance that actually allows us to do so and immerse ourselves with our guests and the dining experience. Now for those of you who don't know, raclette is actually a type of cheese that is perfect with this pan because you would put your cheese in here like so and then keep it warmed on the bottom, almost creating like a fondue effect, and you can then dip, spread, and use it with your grilled veggies and meats that would be on top of here. So in our next appliance, we have the Sultan cordless warming tray, and I really enunciated the cordless there because I think that it is so fantastic that you can just charge it for up to 8 minutes and get an hour of a heated warming tray. Now if you want to bring the cord out, that's completely fine, but definitely consider charging it for the full 8 minutes and getting that hour of warmness. Now in our outdoor party scenario here, we have our pie being warmed up on the tray. So that way, while coffee's being served, the pie can still stay warm. But of course, you know, you can use this for anything, even appetizers, just to keep things fresh while your guests are being seated. So after you've already enjoyed a lovely dinner with your friends and family, the next step is dessert. And you can't have dessert without a cup of coffee. The Sultan cold brew coffee maker serves up to 7 cups of coffee cold brew. So it is a cordless jug, which makes serving very easy and outdoor friendly. And that is also because you can remove it from what needs it to be plugged in. Could make it outdoor, but to serve it, you would have to remove it from its cord, especially if you wanted to bring it to the table. It does make 7 cups, like I've already said, and it brews the coffee at room temperature. And then there is ice that sits within it, and it does basically like a waterfall function, so it keeps repeating the coffee over the ice to make it chilled and refreshing for a summer party. I just have to say that it's such a simple way, because it's things you might already have indoors, but it's like almost like an additional prop, or just, it really is like, oh wow, we went that extra mile,
one more
we did
thing
that thing
for the event.
Exactly.
Now this next tip is using fresh flowers and garden plants to elevate your space. So currently we use just a bit of hanging planters and also some hanging ferns, and we'll show you the clips of how we use them in our space. But you can also use small succulents, small potted flowers, or anything that you can actually buy at a supermarket. You can just bring it outside. When you're thinking of fresh flowers for your home, don't forget to think about for your backyard space as well. It just gives that little extra consideration, and it shows somebody that, you know, hey, I'm like a plant person, or I thought of decorating this space just the same as I would decorate my living room or my kitchen.
And if you don't have a green thumb, I know I don't, you know, there are fake plants and flowers that look very real these days. IKEA has a lovely range. We have a couple in our house, and some we're definitely considering bringing them outdoor for events. So our next tip is a DIY mosquito repellent. So we have already made it, and we have the clips to show you. But we tried it out that same night, and it was pretty successful. It kept the bees and mosquitoes away. There were some like smaller little bugs that were still like kind of flying up to us, but they didn't look like they were like stingers or anything like that. They weren't affected the same way by the scents as the mosquitoes and the bees were.
Yeah, but even, you know, since it worked just as well as the citronella candle. It doesn't keep all the mosquitoes away, but it smelled really good.
And it looked beautiful.
Yeah, so let's just jump into the clip of us making it.
So for this next tip, we're coming back into the kitchen, but only for a bit. We're going to be making DIY mosquito repellents. I really like this idea because it is an affordable and easy way to create a beautiful centerpiece that's actually multifunctional, rather than buying one of those big yellow candles, you know, the typical ones that are actually quite expensive. They're clunky, and they just generally are off-putting. So for this project, Carmelina is going to come in and help me out. I've already laid out everything. Hey, Carm.
Hey, Sarah.
So I already laid out everything, like I said. For this DIY, it calls for limes. We're making 3, but you can easily do 1 or 2 depending on how many guests you're having or how many different tables you're gonna want to spread these candles around at. So you're gonna need limes. I cut up 2 limes because I kept the wedges quite thick. Lemons and rosemary. As well, a little tea light candle that can float, and any type of essential oil. Now I chose orange sweet oil because I thought it was a complementary scent with all the citrus, but you can definitely do eucalyptus or lavender, anything that floats your fancy. So what I'm going to need first is water to be filled in these mason jars.
Cold?
Yes, please. About halfway. Yeah, that's fine. So we used mason jars because that's just what we have on handy, but you can definitely use any deep bowl, preferably, clear, so that way you can actually see. It's going to look really pretty when it's all together, so if you have a clear one, but if not, whatever you have on hand. The whole purpose of this is to make it as easy as possible. So basically in each one goes 2 lemon slices, 2 limes, 2 sprigs of rosemary, a candle, and a few drops of essential oil. So probably the essential oil first. You're going to want it like proper ratios. So if you're using a bigger vessel like this, you're gonna want a couple more drops. Oh, perfect, you already laid everything out. Yeah, so start basically dropping things in. So then yes, now you top each one with a candle. And you're gonna wanna wait to light these once you're outside. And that's it.
Mosquito repellent, we'll leave the recipe card linked down below. And on to the final tip. The final tip is to make an outdoor bar cart. So basically a bar cart is just a cart that you would have indoors, and you would keep your favorite alcohol and liqueur bottles on it, with maybe some of the mixers and some accessories, some glassware, and some other little things that would go along with having a bar cart, maybe some cocktail recipe booklets and so on. But now what we did is we got a metal framed bar cart from IKEA, and we're actually going to keep it outside, keep our reusable outdoor acrylic drinkware on it, and keep a glass pitcher of ice water that we're going to use to put some lemons, a bowl of lime.
Yeah, just so when we have guests over, they know that there's always a way for them to stay refreshed out.
So we'll jump into the clip of us dressing up our outdoor bar cart. So hopefully you got some inspiration from the ideas we had, and what we're also hoping you guys can do is, if
you have any ideas of your own, please share them in the comment section below. And you can also jump over to our website where we have a forum section that, you know, as a community we can just share general tips about lifestyle and living.
So I don't know about you, but my favorite thing was the bar cart, the outdoor bar cart, and using a small kitchen appliance outside. My favorite one was the warming tray, because I mean, it's so versatile. You can use it for inside, you can use it for dinner parties, keep it on the table, bring it to the living room, or bring it outside. We used it to keep our pie warm, so that was pretty cool.
That was really cool, the tray warmer.
Yeah, it is cordless, it only takes 8 minutes to charge, and it keeps your food warm for up to an hour. So you can get that at salton.com. We'll leave the links down below.
My favorite tip was the mosquito repellent, only because I thought it was so beautiful that it was such a basic centerpiece.
And it smelled so good.
It
so
did.
Yeah, I would definitely make that one again. So thanks for joining us, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you as part of our family.
Hope to see you soon.